Hello, everyone. Today, we'll be discussing effective time management strategies for the IELTS and TOEFL exams. We'll also look at the key differences between the two tests and how to tackle them efficiently. So, one of the key differences that we already know is in the speaking section. In the IELTS exam, you'll have a face-to-face interview with your examiner, whereas in the TOEFL exam, your responses would be recorded on a computer. Now, let's get into it. We'll first talk about the timing breakdown of both the tests. So as far as the IELTS test structure is concerned, the listening section is 30 minutes with no extra time to transfer your answers in the online test. Whereas in the paper-based version, you get 10 minutes to transfer your answers. All right. So the listening section, we'll talk about the online test here, is 30 minutes and it consists of 4 recorded monologues and conversations. Based on them, you'd have 40 questions that you'd have to answer. All right. Now, the reading section is 1 hour. It has 3 long reading passages with certain tasks. And you'd have texts taken from books, journals, magazines, newspapers. It could also include diagrams, graphs, or illustrations. All right. Now, coming to the writing section, which is also 1 hour, you are asked to summarize, describe, and explain a table, graph, chart, or diagram. And you'd have a short essay of at least 250 words, right? Now, we have the speaking section, which is 11 to 14 minutes. It is a face-to-face interview without any interruptions or distractions. It includes short questions, speaking at length about a familiar topic, and a structured discussion. Now, we also, so now looking at the timing breakdown for the TOEFL section, again, the reading section here is 35 minutes with 20 questions. You read passages, you respond to questions. The listening section is 36 minutes with 28 questions. You answer the questions about brief lectures or classroom discussions. And the speaking section is 16 minutes. It has 4 tasks. And you're asked to talk about a familiar topic or discuss material you've read or heard. And the writing section is 29 minutes with 2 tasks. You read a passage, you listen to a recording. It has like, you listen to a recording and you type your response. It could also be an opinion, where you are asked to state and support an opinion in an online classroom discussion. Now, coming to the time management strategies for the exams. Strategy number 1 is familiarization. All right, know the test format and the types of questions you will face. Practice under timed conditions to develop a sense of pacing. You have to practice a lot of mock tests. That helps you figure out your weaknesses, that helps you prepare a lot better, that makes you understand what you need to improve on. So a lot of mock tests within timed mock tests that you should give to develop the sense of pacing here. All right. Strategy number 2 is basically, practicing with time mock tests. We've already talked about it. So familiarize yourself with the test format, get to know how the questions would be, what are they testing, what do they want from you. Then you practice with timed mock tests, read the instructions very carefully, and don't spend too much time on any single question. You just mark and move on. You cannot afford to be stuck on a question. Return to it later if you have time, but don't avoid wasting your precious time on just one question. All right. Stress management is also crucial in an exam. You have to practice relaxing techniques such as deep breathing or mindfulness to, help maintain focus and calmness during the exam. Because this is the last thing you would want, to be stressed or anxious in an exam, right? All right. Now, coming to the IELTS, a reading time management strategy. what we suggest is that you spend about 20 minutes on each passage. Skim the passages before answering questions. Skim the passage. Now look at the questions and skim the passage again. Answer the easier questions first and transfer as you go. You'll be able to quickly, once you've skimmed through the passage and you look at the questions and you skim back again, you'll be able to figure out where your answer lies. So just transfer the question, answer the easier questions first and transfer your answers as you go. So this is very important. Now, coming to the TOEFL reading section, it consists of 2 passages, each about 700 words long, with 10 questions per passage. All right, so you have a total of 35 minutes to complete this section. So, according to what we have seen, the number of passages and words and questions, it would be ideal to to allocate about 17-18 minutes per passage. So you aim to spend 8-9 minutes reading and 9-10 minutes answering questions in each passage. And the strategy would remain the same. You skim the passage, go through the questions, and go to the passage back again. And answer as you go. All right. So we now discuss the strategy in detail. We skim the passage for 1 to 2. So start skimming the passage for 1 to 2 minutes to get an overview. Then read more thoroughly for 6 to 7 minutes, focusing on understanding the main ideas rather than memorizing details. All right. Don't get bogged down in the details. Now, coming to the strategy for answering questions. For each question, spend about 10-15 seconds reading it, 30 to 45 seconds scanning for relevant information, and 15 to 20 seconds choosing your answer. Now, yeah, this has become a little too detailed, but that's at least what we did. All right, this pacing basically allows you to spend roughly 1 minute per question, and you're able to answer it properly. Like, it's not less. You have enough time. 1 minute is a lot of time to answer the question. All right. Now, as far as the glossary feature is concerned, it is helpful, but please use it judiciously. Only look up the words that are essential in understanding the passage, and limit each lookup to around 10 to 15 seconds. Don't take more time than that. All right. Now, there have to be certain checkpoints you must set. Don't spend more than 1.5 minutes on any question. Mark difficult questions for review and answer them later if needed, or recheck them later if needed. Now, answer all the questions, guess if necessary, and return to the marked questions if time allows. All right. So, you would have some time at the end. So you can actually mark questions for review, make an educated guess, and move on. Here, educated guess is the real, is a strategy that you have to develop. It's a skill that you have to develop. You will be able to do that with time. Once you practice a lot of mocks and figure out your weaknesses and try to work on them, you would be, once you've practiced that much, your educated guesses would be right. All right. Now, how to deal with difficult questions has been, we've discussed that already. Those were all the strategies. Moving ahead to time-saving tips. To save time, practice active reading, know the question types well, improve your skimming and scanning skills. Regular timed practice is crucial for improving your speed. All right. Yeah, just know the questions extremely well. It would be very smooth if you've practiced enough. Now, the IELTS reading time management, we've already discussed it. Coming to listening section. All right. And also, before that, just let me tell you, don't feel anxious about time. Take a deep breath, focus on the current passage in the reading section, or here also, focus on the current recording. So the strategy is to be extremely focused and not to stress. All right. Okay, coming to the time management for the listening section. All right. So as far as the IELTS listening time management is concerned, the total allocated time is half an hour. It consists of 4 recorded monologues and conversations. So you should, to effectively manage time here, you should first listen carefully to each recording as they're played only once. Use any pauses between recordings to quickly review answers and prepare for the next section, and transfer answers to the sheet with the recording, like when it's playing, or uh, you get a very little time otherwise at the end. You have to do it simultaneously. Be aware that you have only half an hour, and this includes time to transfer answers online. All right. So this is super important. Then we move to the TOEFL listening section. It has 36 minutes in total. There are 28 questions. And among these 28 questions, you have three. So you have 3 lectures, which is 3 to 5 minutes each. And there are 6 questions per lecture. And you have 2 conversations, 3 minutes each. And you have 5 questions per conversation. So uh, the effective strategy would be to take efficient notes. You focus on the main ideas and key supporting details. You pace yourself well. You aim to spend about 1 minute per question. Quickly review your notes between passages and prepare mentally for the next section. Use these brief pauses very well. And prioritize questions. Answer easier questions first. Mark difficult questions to return if time allows. Uh, but do aim to answer all the questions simultaneously. It would be great if you could have you could take mock tests for the listening section, because they help a lot. Once you get a hang of how to strategize to answer while listening, that's all you need. Now, coming to the TOEFL speaking section, it measures the ability to speak English effectively in an academic setting. There are 4 questions or tasks simulating real life situations. So the question types would be, first would be an independent speaking task, which is based on personal ideas, opinions, and experiences. Then questions 2nd to 4th would be integrated speaking tasks, which combine listening and speaking, or listening and reading and speaking skills. And the timing, the preparation timing is 15 to 30 seconds before each response. And you have to speak for about 45 to 60 seconds per response. The total section time is approximately 16 minutes. You have to speak into a microphone, and your responses would be recorded. And the skills tested are the ability to formulate and express ideas quickly, and the integration of information from multiple sources. So you need to have a very clear, coherent, and structured spoken English. Now, you must, as we've already talked about, stress management techniques are crucial. Um, Time management is crucial. Also, please do improve on your speed and accuracy. Take a lot of mock tests, stay focused, pace yourself, have trust in your preparation, practice relaxation techniques, deep breathe before the exam, and be very focused throughout the test. All right, that was it from my side. Thank you so much.